So for Crochet 101, I'm going to show you how we do some basic crochet. We'll need some wool. I'm using a double knit. We're going to be using a crochet needle, which is a needle with a hook on the end. And it's that hook that we're going to be using to pull the yarn back and forth. And there's generally a size shown somewhere on the needle itself. The all metal needles, which you traditionally see, I find very difficult to work with and end up just mutilating and mangling them. They end up bending halfway through. Whereas these with the thicker handles, I find I can actually manage to work with much more neatly. And I'm going to be working with a 3.5mm needle for my double yarn. This is going to be a very, very basic tutorial, so I'll show you how to create the initial slip knot, and then how to cast on, how to turn that into a chain, and that's it. I'm just going to show you how to do that initial casting on with a single slip stitch for now. So we start off with holding the loose tail of the thread, running it around so that we've got a cross here. I slide the hook underneath and then pull through to create my first slip stitch, and then you can pull that tighter. Now I then tend to move across the yarn to my right hand and then hold the remaining loose yarn with my left, and I wrap it around my finger to give me some tension, similar to when I knit. So I get the tension in the hand, and then what we want to do is wrap the yarn around, twist the needle so that it's pointing down, and then pull it through the loop that we've already created. So if I do that one more time, we'll take it to nothing. We will hold the loose end between our fingers and wrap it around our finger to make a cross, and then put the needle underneath, the crochet needle underneath. I've got the tension too tight at the moment, which is why that's not so easy. Pull that through, and then that creates the initial slip knot that we're starting with. You don't want to pull it too tight. Really tight knots and really tight loops are the enemy of crocheting, or at least as far as I've found they're the enemy of crocheting. So we're going to wrap this around my little finger to give me some tension, wrap the yarn across the top, turn the hook down, and then pull that through the loop that we've already created. Wrap it around the top, pull it through the hole that we've created. I'll just do that a couple more times. Wrap it round, pull it through, wrap it round, pull it through, wrap it round, pull it through. So now I have a chain of stitches here, and the way we normally would create our starting point from a chain of stitches is to then go back through and insert the hook through this first loop, which sometimes will work like a dream and other times won't. In this case it's worked quite happily. So again, make sure you've got some tension around your little finger. I tend to hold the long tail out of the way with my right hand, loop, and then you pull through first time, and you pull through, same initial loop onto that last piece. And this one's decided to be a bit tricky. It just won't pull through. Come on. There we go. So that's then been a slip stitch pulling through the entire thing, and you'll find that you now have a circle which you can work. There's a hole in the centre, and the remainder of those stitches are around the edge. So we'll recreate that one last time. Everything can unravel quite happily. So hold the thread, cross it over, don't hold it too tight, pull the stitch through to create your slip stitch. Don't pull it too tight, transfer the loose tail over to the right hand side, create some tension by looping it around your little finger. I then tend to use my my forefinger on my left hand to then control where that thread goes, and you pull it through. So we'll just do 4, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll turn this into a small circle. We'll insert it back in that first hole, that first stitch, and pull it through the first one, and then we'll slip stitch it through the second. And if we want to just seal that so I can show you with one more slip stitch, and then there we have, if we were going to continue on, we would be inserting through the centre of that hole to then start working our way around the edge. But that is the very basic way of starting a circular loop by casting on. There is another method, casting on using the magic circle, but I will show you that in a separate video. So hopefully this will at least have given you that first step into crochet, and this is the first in a series of crochet basics which will build one step on top of another, which I'll show you repeatedly, and then you can then start working towards completing slightly more exciting projects, which I will have patterns and tutorials for, both on the website, written tutorials, and also videos on this channel as well. So hopefully this is giving you an understanding of how you would cast on that first chain and turn that into the centre of one of your granny squares or other projects, and you will stick around to see the next stage in this series. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.